Hey guys, it's Mika.
And Mary.
And we're back with another video. I know it's been several months since we've posted anything on YouTube. We did post some pictures a week ago or something on Instagram. But there's a reason why we haven't really posted any video. We've been doing a lot of other stuff. If you don't know, we make music together.
Yes, we do.
We have a pop duo called Alabama Weather. So we've been doing music like that. We've been also had some trips. We also had some trips. Okay, we've also had some trips that we've taken, and I was working on some music with my dad, some classical recordings of my grandfather's music. He was a composer and a cellist. But anyway, you guys probably don't really want to hear any of that. Let's get to what we're here to talk about. What are we here to talk about?
Best ways to make extra income.
Mm-hmm.
So, one of the easiest ways that you can make some extra money is just by finding any items around the house, such as clothes, furniture, kitchen appliances that you just need to get rid of because it might be somebody else's treasure. What's your junk, So, Facebook Marketplace is a great place to sell items. I look there frequently for furniture. And eBay as well, and Craigslist. So if you have any extra items sitting around, just put them up and somebody might buy it.
Mm-hmm.
And what's another way to make some extra income?
All right, another way to make some money is to make custom handmade crafts or art pieces. So some of this stuff that we're going to talk about, it will require obviously skill. Like most people don't want to see some boo-boo looking art.
No.
So, either you need to develop that skill, or maybe you've already got that skill, or you want to develop that skill, so, it's going to take you some time to get good at that. But, once you are good at doing art, there's different crafts you can do, like bracelets, jewelry, earrings, custom watches, custom hair ties for girls, drawings, paintings, pottery. I don't know. There's a million different things, all types of creative stuff that you can do. So that's something that you can do.
Mm-hmm. But selling your items requires no talent at all. Okay, so another thing that you can do to make some extra income is photography. I personally enjoy taking photos of people, but I have made little to no money off of it because I've only sold stock photos online and made a few dollars. But if you improve your skill and are able to take some really good photos, you can go on to take not only self-portraits of people, but you could do weddings, and that could totally replace your job and give you a totally flexible lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
So
now with the stock photos though, if you took more pictures and posted more of them online,
I have not tried.
Then you could potentially
definitely make some money.
A lot of money. It would take a lot of pictures, of course, but you can make at least something residual. Something pretty easy.
One top thing to photograph that I've noticed is just nature shots. So if you just happen to go hiking a weekend or something, just take out your camera and take a few nice nature shots and upload them, and you could make a few dollars just for what you're already doing.
All right, another thing that you can do is walk dogs or pet sit. People go out of town on trips pretty often, and a lot of times they'll leave their animals behind. They need someone to feed them, walk them, clean them, all that stuff. There are websites and apps where you can sign up as a sitter or a walker or whatever.
I think care.com that does something I'm about to talk about, babysitting, also does pet sitting, things like that. So if that's something you're interested in, some people really care about their pets, so they're willing to pay big bucks for the person who's going to take care of them.
Mm-hmm. So what about babysitting?
Babysitting is a big item that you can do. That, say if you have some friends that have kids and they would like to be gone for a weekend, you can take care of their kids, and it often pays personally, I've babysat kids, and it's paid me $100 a day just for a few hours, so that's something that sometimes doesn't require a ton of work, especially if you're staying overnight, but it just gives you some of that extra income.
Mm-hmm. Another thing you can do is deliver food for DoorDash, or you could just go for a traditional pizza delivery job or something like that. Of course, you gotta have a driver's license, and that's more of a traditional job, but that's something that usually makes people decent money. That's pretty easy. Yeah, and you get the good thing if you work for like DoorDash or whatever is you can choose your hours.
Totally flexible.
If you work for like Pizza Hut or Domino's or something, then you're gonna have hours given. What's next?
Uber or Lyft. Any type of ride-sharing service is a great way to make some extra income, especially if you live in an area where there's like a lot of events going on. There's people walking back and forth, parking pretty far, or they can't park anywhere near. Or if you live close to an airport, you can make. I've known people to make hundreds of dollars over just a day or a weekend. It's a great way to make some extra income. And Mika's going to tell you some specific requirements they require you to have to enable to do Uber or Lyft.
Yeah, so usually for Uber or Lyft, they want a car that's a certain year or newer, and it has to hold a certain amount of people, and they ask you to have like new tires and proof of purchase on the tires and like a vehicle inspection and stuff. But Uber or Lyft really works well if you're in a bigger city or like a college town or a tourist area where there's people coming and going, or in big cities where maybe people don't own cars as much. And I think the biggest thing about Uber or Lyft is you can basically drive whenever you want to, so it gives you the freedom to choose when you want to make some extra money. Alright, what's next?
The next thing is something you guys may not have heard of, is doing surveys online. It may sound very boring, but for me, sometimes during my day job or just when I'm just sitting around and don't have anything to do, there are a few apps. One of my favorites is called Quick Thoughts, and you can take surveys, and they typically are about 10 to 15 minutes long. And they pay you $1, and it like I said, it doesn't sound like much, but it adds up. You just mindlessly click and take these surveys, and then before you know it, you've made a few $100s. We've actually used these to purchase many items off Amazon.
Yeah, they give you either an Amazon gift card or what?
So if you have an Android-based phone, you can get an Amazon gift card, but if you have an Apple phone, you can only get an Apple Music gift card, which is kind of a bummer. I don't know why they do that, but there are some other survey websites that are good, but this is the one that I found to be the most beneficial.
All right.
What's the next thing?
All right, the next thing is to write an ebook or just write a book in general on a topic that you're an expert in or that you're very knowledgeable about. So I'm gonna tie in with this also. You could make like a video series. There's some websites where you can upload those like mini educational series. I can't remember right now what they're even called, but anyway, you can write an ebook and release it or put it for sale on Amazon. There's probably an Apple version of that too. But yeah, lots of people buy ebooks. There are ways to set up ClickFunnels websites for them to where people can basically search a topic and find you, and then you can gather their email information. So if you ever did anything else that was related to that topic, you could email them about it and they may purchase your product if it's another book or some kind of a course or something like that. So yeah. All right, what's next?
The most guaranteed way to make some extra income is to have a part-time job. I know you don't want to hear this, but it's the most guaranteed way. You have a part-time job, you have hours set, you're going to make the money.
Yeah, and
simple as that.
It might be boring and you might not want to work there, but the good thing is with a part-time job is, it's minimal hours. Hopefully, if they're a reasonable employer, they'll work around whatever schedule you can give them, that, for times that you can work. But at least you know that you're going to make money. Of course, if you do something like this, I would recommend you try to find the best paying opportunity that you can. All right.
It's your turn.
The next thing is to make YouTube videos. Hey, that's what we're doing. Except we don't make any money yet because our channel is small, but we hope to grow it. But yeah, YouTubers can make a good bit of money off of ad sales revenue. You know, when you're watching YouTube videos and you see an ad pop up, typically that channel has some kind of agreement with AdSense, Google AdSense through YouTube, where they make a percentage of sales. Also with YouTube videos, you can have sponsors of the videos. They can basically pay to have you advertise their product in a non-invasive way. They usually want you to come up with some creative way to advertise their stuff, but so there's ways to make money, different ways to make money off of YouTube, and we think it's a really great way because if you can find a niche topic to talk about and really grow your channel on like a certain topic, as long as you're consistent with it and you try to hit the YouTube algorithm with consistency and grow engagement on your channel and on your videos, then based on all the proof and evidence that we've seen, you know, you should be able to grow your channel, and eventually after a year or 2 or 3, or depending on how good your content is, it could be faster, you could have a really, I guess, lucrative YouTube channel where you can make good money. All right.
Consistency, don't forget that word.
Consistency is the big thing with any kind of social media. All right, what's next?
I believe that we are down to the most important.
The most important one.
Would you like to explain?
Would I like to explain? I guess I can explain. All right. Our favorite and best option to make residual or extra income is off of real estate investment. And so I would always talk about this hypothetically because we never had done this. I've done a lot of research, read plenty of books, watched tons of videos, you know, lots of stuff like that. But on this last Friday, we actually closed on our first property. Right now we live in an apartment, but we actually bought an investment property. So it's a property that needs work. So we actually started working on it this past weekend. So we're gonna have a video about that coming up really soon.
Yes.
Our goal is to try to release, well, not try to, we shouldn't say that because then we won't. Our goal and our plan is to release a video every Thursday. So what we're gonna be doing is taking you on a journey to show you kind of what, you know, the whole process of buying this house was. We didn't take that much video about that, but we have some footage of us before and after we bought the house and whatnot. But we're gonna be showing you all the stuff that we have to do to fix it.
A lot.
A lot, and you know, we'll be taking you behind the scenes to show you all that. There's gonna be before footage, and then of course along the way you'll see stuff, but then we'll show it after we finish all the work that has to be done. It's gonna take several months, but the house we bought needs work. In that sense, it's an investment, but then we're actually gonna hold on to it. We're not gonna flip it and sell it because it's gonna be a rental property.
Yes.
So we're gonna be able to actually make double rent off of this because this house essentially has 2 units, but it's not really a 2-unit house. We just got extremely lucky and blessed to find a property that has 2 units, but it's not actually a duplex. So it actually helped us out like crazy with our financing situation. But we're gonna rent the front of the property, which is the larger side, as a traditional rental. And then in the back, we're gonna do it as an Airbnb. So we're gonna kind of show you all that stuff. And it's gonna be super cool, and we're excited to do all this. There's a lot of things to get done, and Mary's never done anything like this. So
I had never mowed a lawn or painted or cleaned anything so dirty before, but you know, it's all starting, and I'm willing to do whatever. I'm just not getting under the house with Mika.
Yeah, I've been under the house this past weekend, and we'll have some video footage of that. I'm terrified of bugs, so I bombed it twice, and there were still cockroaches and camel crickets and slugs and all kinds of stuff down there. But anyway, so this takes a lot of money and a lot of preparation and time and planning, especially if you want to make sure you do it correctly. Of course, it can be exponentially, it can exponentially increase your income, especially if you know how to duplicate the process, which we do know, and we will talk about it in another video months from now. But yeah, so in real estate investment is a really big thing, and to us it seems like it's a very solid and good investment. Some people say that it's not a very stable investment, but like any other market or any other thing like the stock market, there are ups and downs, but if you hold on to it long enough, it will eventually go up. And since we bought a house that needs work and we got it at a good price, I don't think that we can really go wrong here. So yeah, so in the next video that we'll release, it's going to be all about that, and every single video after that is going to be a new style of video. We're going to be doing like a vlog style of video. It's not going to be like sit down speech talk, yap at you. It's going to be more interactive, more storyline based. You'll see more stuff. I guess you'll get to see a little bit of my parents, because they're the ones helping us with this house a little bit. And yeah, so
yeah, every weekend we're going to be working on this house, so you're going to get a little glimpse of how our weekends are spent every week.
And we do have a big trip planned also coming up in a few months,
September.
So we'll talk about that when it gets closer, and we'll of course take video and stuff of that. And I have a bunch of footage of other trips that I need to put together and make footage of, so hopefully I'll try to get around to that at some point. And we'll release that footage for you too, so you can see some cool stuff from some of the places that we've been, maybe get some ideas for your own travels and trips. Alright, but I think we're going to be done here, otherwise this video is going to drag on way too long. What?
Wait. I have to let them know, if they're worried about our budget, I am keeping every single receipt and documenting everything. So at the end of this process, if you guys would like to know, we can break down exactly what we've done, exactly what we spent, what the purchase price was, everything. So if that's something you're interested in, you'll see it.
Yep. We'll probably make a budget video at some point in between now and then. There's probably going to be a weekend or something where we're not working on the house. So other than the trip, maybe we'll see. But we'll talk about budget stuff again, and all kinds of other personal finance and investing topics and things like that too. So if you haven't liked or subscribed to us before, make sure you give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment down below if you have any questions, if you're curious if there's anything in particular specifically that you want to see about the house and about that whole process. Comment, let us know. All right.
We will see you in a week.
See you next time. Bye.